podcast where a group of friends get together and talk about gaming-related topics, offering both informed and uninformed opinions. I'm your host, Luminary, and today we are coming to Dubai. To Dubai. We're going to Dubai, folks.
Dubai, baby. Hosting.
Company today by my co-host, Amy, the Eternal Barcode.
I'm using a crane. Hello.
From this bayou in Louisiana, Cajun.
Le bon temps roulé, chef.
And from the Emerald
That
Dream.
was not French.
That was Cajun French. Bite me.
That's like worse than hick French.
That's like saying Quebecois is not French.
That's all I know, sir. Sorry.
Well, Quebecois is not French.
It's
I
Quebecois.
know. Just don't tell them that. They get all angies.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad the United States hasn't forced us to put Cajun French on all of our stuff for accessibility.
No one would ever know how to read it or understand it. Don't worry.
And from the Emerald Dream, Arena the Crit Chicken.
Don't worry, I don't know anything more than some English and some Greek, but most of the Greek that I know is a lot of cursing.
Oh, that's nice. I know how to curse in Python. So,
yay!
Print F. Fuck.
At least it's not. At least it's not musical, so you don't get in trouble.
Ah, true. All right, we're at episode 109. Who knew that?
Oh, before we do that, we almost forgot.
Oh, I didn't forget.
10% of all the revenue from the show goes to the Trevor Project, and our wonderful mascot Ping has more information on that.
See if it's on time.
The Trevor Project is the leading organization working to end LGBTQ youth suicide in the US and beyond. The non-profit operates several programs to help prevent and respond to the public health crisis of LGBTQ youth suicide, including 24/7 free crisis services, research, advocacy, education, and peer support.
Thank you, Ping, and thank you for being on time. I swear, last week, like you did that, I heard the I heard the boop noise.
The whole 2 minutes.
I heard the boop noise, and Ping was like, "Hold on, I'm in the middle of an update." I'm like, God damn it, Windows! What the fuck? But anyway,
Ping was like, "Would you like to do Windows updates now?" No, please just do your thing. No, I need to update. Update.
So, just to let everyone know, this is an opinion show. We have opinions just like you do, and our opinions in no way reflect our employers that employ us, or contractors, or whoever else. So, in other words, we're poor. Don't sue us. And Amy has a special message if you do.
I will eat your bandwidth and give you your opinion. If I want it, you're going to get it.
All right. So, episode 9. No, 109.
109.
Who knew that we would make it this far after about 3 years? And I'm actually happy about it. It really is.
Yep.
So, what do we got? What do we got on the slate here? Because it's been about 2 weeks, and Naomi had brought up 2 big ones, and I think we should just start with those and just go from there. So, which one do you want to start with?
So I haven't read the Tim Kaine thing, so why don't you get into that one, and I can go over the patent shit later.
Okay, well, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I only read as far as like the first paragraph and the title of the thing. So,
perfect.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's all about opinions. It is opinions. So, hold on, I actually have it up here. Where is it? So, the title...
I have it. Where is it? Oh.
Lumi was deflecting. It was ineffective. Okay, so
doing that, I could always, if you want, I could just stall for some time and just like start talking about like Has-Been Hotel and stuff like that, since they just came out with 2.
Oh, that's going to be
episodes.
That's on the list too. You didn't know that yet because you just mentioned it. But,
I gotta watch that tonight. I forgot about it. I thought it came out.
It's so amazing.
So before we get into that, though,
Lumi gets prepared with that.
Oh no, we're good to go. We are good to go.
We're okay.
Yeah. So
clear for liftoff.
So, Fallout co-creator Tim Kaine says game prices have resisted matching inflation because publishers have been pocketing the cost savings from digital distributions. And that tells me all I need to know. I don't really care about the content, but that's an opinion I've always held. Because think about it. Think about it. If in traditional media, whenever you bought a game at the store, whether it's Target, Game Informer, Amazon, doesn't matter. Or not Game Informer. GameStop. I ate dinner, so brain no worky. So
feel that.
But if you think about it, we're currently staring down the barrel of paying $90 per game as a base, $80-$90. And this happened one time before, shortly in the 2000s, where everything was going like 50 to 65. Any of you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course,
Mhm.
everything was still, everything had to go gold, which meant there was a gold um, disc that was used to stamp out all of the games that were going to be um, released, right? They're all packaged up and neatly in their box with all their documentation. So, what this title is actually arguing is the fact that um, the cost of physical distribution, such as the box it comes in, the media it's printed on, the media that's printed inside of it, so like your instruction booklets and whatnot, and um, and the packaging around the box, right? That's what you were paying for, on top of whatever code that was actually put out. And it was pretty standard. You couldn't get digital games at that particular point. It was you had to get lucky at Walmart or Target or your favorite big box store or EB Games or Babbage's. Who remembers Babbage's?
Oh
Or
my God,
GameStop.
Heaven
Babbage.
forbid you buy,
Oh.
or heaven forbid you buy from Radio Shack.
Or hey,
Oh
didn't
snap!
Blockbuster used to rent games?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
And you had to hope that the disc was not scratched all to hell.
Oh Lord Almighty! It was always a gamble from Blockbuster.
indeed. Somebody rewinding it on like they're winding their game on Brillo pads. So that's really what it
Please be kind, rewind. No, that's not what you. No, oh, you've ruined it.
No, we had to scrub the content. Not like that. Not like that. So there's this inherent cost that comes in between development costs and marketing and promotion and putting everything into a physical form for you to buy, and that was the cost of the game. But since Steam has become the most prolific digital distribution platform at that particular point, all of a sudden you didn't have all that. You can get all that stuff digitally. You get a PDF of your instruction booklet. The box didn't matter. And you can just print keys. You need more copies of the game, you click a button, and all of a sudden you have more copies of the game.
Like magic.
Yep, all licensed,
And
all ready to
even now,
go.
people are like trying to buy the Epic Edition of World of Warcraft and whatnot, and then they're like, and the only way to get the certain housing, the certain, because now they're doing player housing or whatever, but in order to get certain things for their housing, they have to do the pre-purchase, and they're like, well, I'm just gonna pre-purchase it, refund the digital stuff when I actually get my physical copy. I'm like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
I want it now, not later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want
Mhm.
my physical copy, but I also want my stuff.
I don't know. I wouldn't even use the key in the physical stuff because at that point, if it becomes an actual collector's edition and whatever you bought became like a game of the year or whatever it may be, all of a sudden you have an unused copy of this game.
True. That is very true.
And you don't even have to unwrap it out of the box. So,
It would be
so
stupid.
not removed from box items and normally sell for quite a bit on the collector's market. But so now we've got
But
this. If you go digital, all of a sudden you've removed an entire class of supply chain.
Mhm.
Right? There is no need to mold cases. There is no need to print media. There is no need to get all the professionals that do that. So you end up with a cost savings. So while Steam, I think, was it 30%, and there might be some custom agreements out there too. But let's just say they're treating all developers equally, which they're probably not. Right?
Probably.
Right.
God damn it, Steve getting a 5% cut.
Yeah.
Damn it, Steve.
Yep.
So, I mean, but Steam does offer quite a bit. We've actually discussed this quite a bit on this podcast on what Steam offers versus like all the other ones.
Comparatively,
But
yeah.
yeah. So all of a sudden, you don't have this whole supply chain. You don't have to source anything. It just exists, right? So all that money you put toward supply chain goes to pay for the distribution platform, which takes care of all the logistics for distributing your program, and in Steam's case, perpetually until you tell it not to, until the end of time, right?
Mhm.
And the publishers just pocket everything else. It is profit. It is all profit. It's almost like restaurant style profit, where like the actual cost of the meal isn't near what they're charging.
Correct.
So I have a
And
feeling. Go ahead.
the thing is, though, it's not even like they've kept up to the same standards for the stuff that you get with the physical copy anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna age myself, and probably most people in this chat. Back when Nintendo, and when we're gonna bring them assholes up, of course. When they used to release games, the instruction manual that came inside the game had not only how to play the game, but lore about the characters within
Mm-hmm.
it. Even to this day, I remember looking in my Mario 3 box pamphlet that came out of it had details about every single one of Bowser's kids, what they liked, what they didn't like, and like their weaknesses when you went to their levels and all that. Like it had in-depth details about the game. You open up one of them cases today, you'll be lucky to get art on the inside. It's like they're the same standard that they put themselves on when the distribution part mattered no longer applies in 2025. So they're not even trying as hard, but they're trying to charge more for it, which is, I mean, that's par for the course for our boys over there.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going to say some stuff that might trigger some folks that listen to this, but Pirate Software was early on to something on how publishers work and how they're pocketing money on all of this, right? Because if you ever go to what was that site that he has set up for build your own fart hotel, Imee? Like as far as
Develop.games has a whole shit ton of resources
it does,
on game development.
it does, and one of them is do you need a publisher? No.
Yep.
What value do they bring? If the answer is you don't know, you don't need a publisher.
Yeah, it's
Ta-da!
very true.
There's a lot of successful like self-launched indie games out there. It's almost
I mean,
like self-published authors for books.
Or self-made musicians in the music industry, because Lord knows the publishers milk the artist dry.
Yeah. So I mean, the power that a publisher brings to the table is marketing and sourcing resources to get your product out to the market. That's really what their purpose is. And if you're already doing all that stuff to a smaller audience because you're not big, then great. But we're also talking about the price hikes on a lot of the AAA games. Those are always driven by publishers. There's no choice. The publisher drives all of that. And that's why you also get stupid decisions like, I don't know, Anthem.
Oh God, Anthem.
Yeah.
Dude,
Or,
I literally felt a cringe in my shoulders when you mentioned that game.
well, just as a more wildly unrealistic option, just take your favorite puzzle gym matching game developer, and the publisher says, "We need to make money. We want you to make the next stealth espionage game." It doesn't make sense.
No, not even in the slightest.
But
So-
That's
if you
how
think
they
about
do
it
it.
long enough, it will make sense, right?
Mhm.
Right? That's how that works.
That's how it works. Don't you have phones? Like,
Yeah, you should have your phones. Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
saying all the time.
Shut up, Blizzard.
Well,
Nobody
my-
cares about you anymore.
No,
Oh,
so
I
my
mean,
truck is-
I care.
Well, yeah.
I was waiting for it.
Sorry.
Like, does my opinion matter? I know it. We're not in. No, our opinions are not supposed to represent our employers, but I have opinions of my video game too.
well, go for it. Let's hear it. That's what we're here for. Go for it.
Stop shitting on my addiction.
Wait. Did I accidentally shit on your? Hold on. Did I?
No, Amy did.
No, my
I
husband
did. I
did. He's shaming my addiction, saying nobody cares about you, and I'm like, I'm a nobody now. I'm your wife.
Well, I'm gonna go make myself comfortable in the doghouse tonight. It'll be fairly cold tonight, which will make it even worse.
Yeah,
I'll be there if you need me.
We'll bring you some hot cocoa later.
No, you won't.
But yeah.
No, I won't.
But
If I do, I'll be joining you.
to this article's point of that this is the reason why this is happening, it doesn't surprise me at all, which is the reason why it resisted. The publishers have to make money too. And they're like, we're not making what we used to because, I don't know, everything costs more to make because inflation.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, it makes perfect sense.
And yet
Well-
you got indie developers like The guys from Silk Song only charging their amount and making money hand over fist because they actually still have heart and haven't sold their soul to the devil.
Here's the thing. If they didn't put out a lot of like microtransactions on like Pokemon Go, maybe people would actually give a shit about buying a fucking Switch too.
I like
They do.
that the industry, some people in the industry got absolutely horrendously upset with the developers behind the Silksong game because they were charging so little for the game comparatively. Like
Mhm.
$20 for a game compared to everyone else in, you know, game dev these days charging 30, 40, 50, 60, $100, whatever. It actually did upset people, and that's kind of funny to me. But at the same
Yeah,
time, it's not something you should use as a measuring stick because they also had a very small development team, so their costs were relatively low. One thing
correct.
we tend to forget is that with AAA titles comes AAA costs, usually in the number of staff working on a game.
Hmm.
If you look at the credits for Silksong, they're going to be exponentially shorter than say Battlefield or Call of Duty or any large scale AAA title. Quadruple A does not exist. Shut the fuck up. I
Oof.
mean, that's not aimed at a very specific CEO.
I,
Honestly, no, it's not.
I need context for that one. I never heard that one yet.
Oh,
Was it?
you should watch Jim Stephanie Sterling talk about triple and quadruple capitalism. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it the CEO of Epic that said they were going to make quadruple A games and everyone just sort of laughed at them
Yeah,
because it makes no sense
yeah.
and you're just being stupid?
CEOs are full of buzzwords. That's all there is to it.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, they love them. They don't understand the words that are coming out of their noise tubes, but they definitely love them.
Hmm.
Noise tubes.
Well,
Want to know something that's really interesting is that a game that cost $50 back in 1990 with inflation costs $125 today.
Mhm.
So even if you're only like even if you're charging $100 for a game, it's still cheaper now than it was then
hmm
relative to your actual income. So that's also very interesting. But yeah, I think they are absolutely abusing the goodwill of consumers. And I think consumers are by and large too stupid to realize that they're being hosed on a lot of these things. They're like, oh, you can get what the hell is it? Fuck, can't remember the Malibu Stacy. Like you can get the new Malibu Stacy game. She's got a new hat. Thank you, Simpsons. But I think consumers are like helping this whole like absolute horse shit when it comes to pricing in games because we're not saying no with our wallets. That's the only way people listen these days, especially large companies, is if you vote with your wallet.
hmm
Simply saying I don't like the price. Okay, cool. You don't like the price, then do something about it, and hopefully enough people are on your side with that idea and also want to do something about it by not purchasing whatever that game is.
hmm
If we want to see prices come down, that's what we have to start doing is saying, I'm not going to pay $100 for a video game and I'm not going to, support this title.
That's why you wait a couple of years and wait for it to go on sale during the holidays on Steam. When it's
Unfortunately,
like when
that
it's
only applies for Steam-based games. Nintendo
yeah,
will never put their shirt on sale again.
well, and that's why I'm not playing Nintendo anymore because they
Yep,
are a bunch of
douchebags.
yeah,
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
douchebags. I think we even had a topic about them being douchebags. In fact, being de-douchebagged is what's happening at the patent office. Again, didn't read
Yeah,
that
Ooh.
one. Did you happen to hear anything about that, Amy?
I was indulging my hyper focusing abilities and reading into it. So, a brief recap, and by brief, I mean 25 minutes. Uh,
Let me get my beer.
Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair, the maker of Pal World, because they filed a patent for a few game mechanics 6 months after Pal World was released. These game mechanics included how to capture the creatures in Pal World, how to transition from running to flying to gliding, and how to go from a walking mount to a flying mount and back. All of that they patented 6 months after the fact. And I can't stress this enough. After the fact, the patent should never have been granted in the first place, even in Japan, because the idea behind a patent is that you're bringing something new and unique to whatever it is you're doing. The problem is when you run into things such as prior art, and what that means is, oh look, this exists in another mechanic somewhere else. I'm not going to let you have this patent because somebody did it before you. So the fact that they were originally granted these patents for that kind of mechanic 6 months after the fact is absurd to no end. And then couple that with the fact that earlier this year, Nintendo, way back in the beginning of the year, decided to amend the 3 patents to have new language included. And some of the included language basically said even when, and those 2 words don't really mean much to most people. But in a patent, it is everything. So if you say, I want to patent the mechanic of throwing a ball to another player character standing at a place designated as, I'm trying to reach for like baseball terms here. I don't even know what the fuck uh, a point of scoring. So we're trying to get the runner home to home plate type thing. I want to be able to patent the mechanic of throwing even when I'm running or even if I'm sliding. That kind of wording, even when, even if, gets so broad that if I was granted a patent for throwing something to someone standing on the play field, even when I'm running, even when I'm walking, even when I'm, sliding, even if all of those, even if I'm flying, that means any game that has any sort of throwing mechanic to another player. So say you're throwing a hand grenade, and I know in the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you would get a little indicator at your feet. You could actually pick it up and throw the grenade back. I wouldn't be able to do that because that would be, or nobody else would be able to do that because I would have patented that throwing mechanic. And if I did that after Call of Duty 1 came out, like Modern Warfare 1 came out, I should never have been granted that patent. So they took their original stupid patent and they made it even broader in scope, which was a stupid idea. So they're fighting that one. Then it gets worse.
Wait,
We love worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yes.
even when Blizzard has pet battles,
Yeah. So the mechanic of throwing the ball out to let your pet go out and battle, that was kind of what they were targeting. What makes it worse is to try and emphasize their point. So this whole thing has been sued. Nintendo's suing Pocket Pair, the maker of Power World, for $36,000 US. That is the cost, or 56, I think it was, a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're suing over. This is not to set a legal precedent. This is to set a business precedent. That's very, very different. A legal precedent, I would want you to have law that says you cannot do this thing. I'm going to sue you for millions of dollars. If you want to see patents like that, go look up Research in Motion, RIM, makers of BlackBerry, versus Motorola on their keyboard patents. That was for hundreds of millions of dollars because that was a legal setting and that was a legal, like that was a patent that was legally infringed upon or illegally infringed upon. Since there's no case for filing a patent after the product has been released, they're suing for such a little amount. They were hoping Pocket Pair would just shell out the money and say, okay, we're sorry we made the game before you released your patents that you released after we released our game. Like, that makes no sense. So what Nintendo's trying to do is make it so that you release a game, I'm going to patent your mechanics and then sue you. They want that business precedent. So it's just easier to pay them off. So,
But unfortunately for Nintendo, Pocket showed that they do have a pair.
Yes, absolutely. And part of having a pair in your pocket is knowing that what prior art means. So some of the stuff they've referenced in their prior art argument, saying this is absurd, they should never have the patent in the first place, is mods. And back in the summer, back in July, I think it was, Nintendo tried to get the Japanese patent office to say, oh, mods don't count when it comes to patents. And if you've ever played a modded game, there's a mechanic in that mod, unless it's a skin mod, but if it's an actual game mod, like say RimWorld and you've got Rim Atomics, that gives you atomic weapons. Those are mechanics in the game that just didn't exist in the original game, so somebody modded them in. That to me is prior art. It is a function, it is a mechanic that never existed before. It's now being modded into the game, so it is available for the game. Therefore, should be prior art. Nintendo's pitch on this is, well, that doesn't count because it can't run the game by itself.
So kind of like Skyrim and the God mods.
And all the mods for Skyrim, like the idea is they're saying, well, the mods themselves can't run standalone. They require the original game, therefore they're not prior art. That is the most absurd thing ever, especially when people mod Pokemon games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you saying that all those modders, you don't want to protect them if they've created new game mechanics for you? Like, that's what you're doing, is you're about to invalidate even your own fan base's prior
Like
art.
the Nuzlocke people.
Yeah, that would be a huge one. Because that's not a standard game mechanic as I understand it, because I don't play it, but that's what they were trying to do. So they were trying to get prior art of mods thrown out, and that's still getting decided on. So they were looking for an injunction, basically a legal thing that says you cannot do this. You cannot include mods in your arguments against our frivolous patent lawsuit. And then one of the other things they said was, um, Nintendo argued that based on pressing an operation button does not mean that there is only one common operation button. So the quote is based on pressing an operation button. Based on an operation button, based on a singular operation button. Singular, not multiple. They want, Pocket Pair argued, it's unreasonable to interpret it as a button meaning multiple buttons. Because that's the crux of that argument is one button equals all the buttons.
No, but
Mm-hmm.
just wait, because I guess with accessibility and stuff like that, Blizzard has it so that they actually have a one button thing where you can have your full rotation on it now. So
Absolutely.
if
So,
Nintendo wants to step up and play those games, I'm pretty sure they don't want to play against Activision, Blizzard,
well,
and
Microsoft
Microsoft.
now, right? Because
Yeah,
Microsoft owns all
Microsoft
of them.
owns
They have
them.
way deeper pockets.
It depends on how far they gut that fucking company.
Well, yeah. But the
Sure.
reality is she's right. She's 100% right. It's one button that's doing all the work of multiple individual buttons. And that's what they're trying to say is that, well, if I say one button, it could mean all the buttons. And that's absurd. If you say a button or an operation button, that's "an" is singular. Like in the English language, the word "an" is a singular word. It is not a plural word. Shut the fuck up. So then there was that.
But wait, there's more.
Oh wait, there is much more. So that was on patent number 2 because they have 3 patents they're going after Pal World for. The third one, basically they just shotgunned the whole patent and said we wanted to make it go after everything. Pal World argues that it doesn't infringe on the broadened patents because Nintendo itself treated arcade characters as items. So Power World's gliding pals. So this is about the gliding mechanic and then switching between gliding, running on a horseback, and then flipping back and forth to flying and all that crap.
Mhm.
So Power World's gliding pals should be viewed the same way. They're basically saying, no, like, this is absurd. You're going to capture even kite flying and crap like that. But then, just last month, it got even dumber.
It could get dumber, folks.
It did. It absolutely got stupider. So they had applied to the Japanese patent office for yet another patent. And what it was going to be a sub patent for like a child patent for one of their patents in suit. What that means, patent in suit, a patent involved in a lawsuit. They were going to make it a child patent of one of the 3 that they're already suing Pal World over. And it was a sibling one to the monster capture mechanic that they originally are alleging that infringes on Nintendo's stuff. So, thankfully, the judge said, hang on a second. Did you know that Ark Survival Evolved already exists?
Yeah. Way before all down, before Pocket Pair was probably even developing. Ark has been around for a hot minute. A hot minute.
Absolutely. So it was rejected, and in the decision, they determined that the claimed technique was so overly broad, it didn't have anything new or inventive in it. It was just like, I want to patent grass growing. I want to
Hmm.
patent the outdoors. No, there's nothing unique about growing grass. Fuck off. So then, under the prior art section in the rejection, the Japanese Patent Office included various games that predate Nintendo's original priority date on their patents. And when you're submitting a patent, it's not the date that you submit the patent that matters, it's the date that it becomes priority, or the priority date. That's the one that matters. So in Nintendo's case, their patent priority dates are back in December 2021. And that's basically like I think that's the granted state. When you get to the granted state, it becomes the priority date. So as of this date, it takes priority. So anyways, so among the things quoted for prior art, Studio Wildcard's Ark Survival Evolved, Capcom's Monster Hunter 4, Pocket Pair's Craftopia, which is
Hmm.
and a browser game, Japanese browser game named Kantei Collection or Kantai Collection, and Pokemon Go.
So
They
You
their
know
own
the
cited
patent
Pokemon Go.
you know,
doesn't.
the thing that bothers me is right now I'm getting so tired of Nintendo. They're just like running around like a scornful ex, trying to chase like fucking child support, but they don't even know who their baby daddies are. And they know that
Or their
probably
babies.
and in 100 years they're gonna just have another fucking Steamboat Mickey movie or Winnie the Pooh movie, and Pikachu is gonna be a meth addict.
I
Yup.
like that you're using that terminology because, yeah, it definitely feels like they are absolutely cracked out. Now, the nice thing is, those patents being rejected, or sorry, the bad thing is, those patents being rejected do not directly impact the current litigation between the two companies. However, it does make it easier for Pocket Pair to now start pulling apart all of the other patents that they've applied for, because now the patent office is recognizing that these games existed before the patents were given priority or approved. So that will allow them, hopefully, better leverage when they say, hey, all of your patents are invalid. And that's what they've been doing. They've been fighting this whole time saying, hey, all your shit's invalid. All this prior art exists well before our game and well before you got priority on your patents. So I'm hoping in the long run, they'll be able to use that to convince the judge who's seeing the case or hearing the case that all of the patents that Nintendo applied for and were granted should be invalidated, and that they have to pay costs and damages to Pocket Pair. But also, if that were to happen, everybody out there who's been watching this case, looking at their mechanics and like at Nintendo's mechanics and their own mechanics to try and see if there's anything even remotely close, are probably going to start picking apart other licensing deals they may have for some of the other patents they may have licensed from Nintendo. And I really hope it goes this way because I think Nintendo needs to be brought down about 15, 20 stories, not a few pegs, stories at this point.
Oh,
Because
they're
they're,
way
Want the
past. They're way past the need for a humble pie. They need the whole dessert bar.
No, they
oh
just
yeah,
need to go into the retirement home. I mean, how old are they now? How old is Pikachu?
yeah, they
Seriously,
just need to be taken out to
go
pasture.
to your retirement village, freaking eat your prunes and call it a fucking day.
Yeah, like it's absurd how long they've been getting away with this crap. And at this point, yeah, they do need to be knocked down several stories, not a few pegs, definitely several stories, because it's just absurd that they're able to do this in the first place. They should the patent office in Japan should have been able to look at this, like the examiner, and say, wait a minute, all this other stuff exists before this game. No. And I really want to know what was going through the head of the examiner that approved this. And I want to know how much they were paid.
Hmm.
Because
And you know
at
what? I think this is one of the reasons why my kid's actually playing Team Fortress 2, because the state of Pokemon is such shit right now.
Yeah, we're also talking about a company that has released last gen consoles for current gen and have decreased the quality of their product to be run on said console to the point where, oh yeah, look, it runs at 60 to 120 frames a second, but why does it look like Virtua Fighter on PS1? So,
Yeah, when their big boast was, yeah, you're holding the power of a PS4 in your hand. Like Sony just announced PS6, guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
if you
don't you
take,
guys have phones?
oh god,
Come on, Grandpa,
oh
get with the
Blizzard
ages. What?
Blizzard is never going to live that down because
Nope.
that was one of the most absurd replies ever to a boof or like jeering from a crowd. Like, way to not understand what your audience was looking for, not only as the developers, but as the decision makers at Blizzard. We're gonna release a Diablo mobile game. Surely fans like mobile, everybody else does.
It's called being
that,
out of touch with reality.
that response
Mhm.
at that particular point showed a complete disregard for players' wants and needs, and only for the profits that could be generated off of IPs. And that
Absolutely.
and that was all Diablo Immortal at that particular point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
don't you have phones? I do, but I don't want to play Diablo on my fucking phone. If I wanted to, I would have said I would like a mobile Diablo game, not give me a new Diablo game.
yeah, and then charge
I
me
shouldn't
out the
have to
ass
specify,
to.
give me a new Diablo game for PC. I should not have to say that.
Speaking of, I need to see what's going on in the new season of Diablo 4. But that's a different story for a different time. Before we get into Has Been Hotel and whatnot, I kind of want the Cajun report because Cajun has completed Pokemon ZA. So,
I have.
so give us the full rundown, Cajun. What's going on? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What would you like to set on fire?
All right, I'm going to speak as a fan first, and then I'm going to speak as an objective consumer after. Um, on the fan aspect of it, especially somebody who's put more time into the X and Y generation than he did of any of the other handheld console games back in the Nintendo 3DS, the actual baseline story of the game was a completely and utter amazing door closure and book chapter closer for that timeline. It answered all questions that I had that was supposed to be because they had announced a game called it was supposed to be Pokemon Z. It was supposed to come out after X and Y. I think I discussed this last time. They always do a like a joint venture after the fact to like close up gaps in the story or fix things that didn't work in the first games. Did it for Ruby and Sapphire when they came out with Emerald. Did it with Diamond and Pearl when they came out with Platinum. Z was supposed to be that follow up to like be the tie-in to what happened after everything that happened. This game brings all that together with the characters from the old game coming back, helping like push you towards helping them basically fix their own bullshit that they did years ago, as all the old people do in the Pokemon games. Shocker. Um, but seeing a redemption arc for the majority of them, including the Team Flare that was the enemy in X and Y, seeing all that actually be told, revisiting old areas that still exist in the shadows of the city, story wise, it was perfect. I loved every aspect of the story, especially what went down with Zygarde in the final chapter. It was supposed to be its own box art legendary in Pokemon Z, but he got pushed over to Pokemon Sun and Moon instead because of something that happened with the powers that be within Game Freak at the time. That's another story for another time. Story wise, it's amazing. I have come to really love the battling system. It's the first unique thing they've done with their battling system since 1995. I mean, you can say they've Z moves, megas. They've added little gimmicks and quirks here and there, but this is the first time they've actually revamped the battle system, made it interactive, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Um, it's a step in the right direction. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There's things that could be made better, especially you having to still or not being the Pokemon controlling the moves, especially when they teased us and started giving us the ability to take control of the Pokemon and run around with them. I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot in that aspect. But a step in the right interactivity with the whole city is a lot better than it's been in past games. But a lot of people, I think I can see why they're like aggravated with it. You can't go into every building. You can't go find secrets. Like it's at the base level. Like if there's not an unlockable area from the story, you're not getting into the building. Whereas in the past Pokemon games, you could go into every single building, talk to all the NPCs, look for hidden items. But Scarlet, I mean, Pokemon has been lazy with that since they've gotten on to the Switch. So that's not surprising for me. The we've already talked about last time the whole price point still stupid to me, but they've in terms of the game and where it's going, I think they're going in the right direction with the Legend series. If they continue to bring back good stuff like this and the way they had the story told in Scarlet and Violet, if they continue with that, Pokemon in and of itself can still grow and can still become something for generations to come. It just depends on if they're going to let their creativity be hindered by their greed. Which is why a lot of people are still angry about them announcing DLC day one behind a $30 paywall.
Just
So
makes me feel like they're going to be coming out with a Pokemon BDSM where everybody else is a pay pig, and the only way that you can actually get Pokeballs is if you pay tribute.
I,
That
I'm
is
sure there's
more
actually
disturbing than it should ever have been. I
I'm
hate
sure there's
it.
actually there's a ROM hack out there for one of the games like that. I'm sure.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's
Now I
like, what
will
was
say
that? The whole Joker. It's like a freaking Joker with the lot bunny or something.
I put that in the chat earlier this week. Oh no, it's just the me. I'll put it in the chat for y'all.
I
Um,
hate it. I hate it here.
um, Now I will give them another half a gold star because I don't give full gold stars in Nintendo these days. Um, I mentioned last week that they put some of their Mega Stones behind ranked play, which is still stupid. There's going to be some kids who can't play online. There's going to be some people who are not going to play for Nintendo Online, so they're never going to be able to get those stones ever. Um, I guess as a bit of a compensation for that, they put it to where you can get the stones by playing one ranked match instead of having to grind up to a certain level. If you're playing it right now, you have to get to rank K to unlock the Mega Stone for Greninja. However, next week, when the season actually starts on the 5th, all you have to do is get to rank Y, which is basically don't go AFK in one match, kill one Pokemon, and you get the stone. And then Delphox is the next evolution stone's only at like rank S, and that's like 2 or 3 third place, second place victories, and you get that stone as well. So they're kind of seeing they kind of like backed off how hard to be got, but I still don't. I'm still a firm, just not a fan of putting that behind another paywall because not everybody wants to play online. Not everybody wants to play ranked matches. Majority of us, like me, just want to go freaking shiny hunt. I don't want to go play ranked matches. That's not my motif. I want the sparkles. But I also want a shiny Mega Greninja because that's going to be freaking fire when I get it. So if I had to give it, if we're going to go by the old school terrible ratings that I know me and Lumi hate passionately, if I had to go 10 Pokeballs out of 10, I would give it a 7.5 overall.
Yeah.
Solid game, so much fun. I'm going to be playing it for a while. I'm literally about 30 battles away from unlocking the shiny charm. I've been grinding it for the past 3 days, which still pisses me off. Like the only way charm is to beat 1,000 trainers within the game. Still mad. Such a grind, but it makes it worth. I guess it makes it a challenge to get to the shiny charm rather than just catching all the Pokemon. By far the easiest Pokedex to complete. Easiest. You can complete the Pokedex majority English. Major. You can almost beat it the whole thing while you play the majority of the game. There's just a few at the very end. You have to get like the starters and some of the evolutions, and that's it. So the Pokedex,
That sounds like too much work for me. I'd much rather. I don't know.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of work He says that's literally the last hurdle you have to get because it's literally the last 2,000 points you need to complete the Shining Charm quest. It's a grind. It is a serious grind.
Not bad
But
for animal abuse simulator. I mean, especially since the animals don't exist, so it doesn't count, right?
correct, absolutely. Because there's no rules about Pokemon in Gotham Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Let me paste that picture now. Boop. There you go.
Damn it.
Well, there you go. There's the cage report from our local Pokenut. That's great. I've been playing Outer Wilds. I still haven't formed an opinion on that. Maybe next week I'll give you my opinion on it. So far, it's okay. I like it.
Is that the sequel?
Or Outer Worlds 2?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the sequel. It was released on what, the 29th?
Come on.
So like 3 days ago. It's not bad.
Yes.
I'm actually enjoying it, but I'll get more into that next week. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we promised some Has-Been Hotel talk,
Has been.
so let's go for that.
Yeah, buddy.
I sincerely, I've been waiting. And by the way, it fell on Vivian's birthday,
Did it
but
really?
yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if you're familiar with Fall Out Boy, right?
A
Are
little bit.
you?
I know
So
you're stoked about it was Abel.
yeah, Patrick Stump. Patrick
Mm-hmm.
Stump. Yeah. It was I can't wait. I can't wait until he actually has a singing part, honestly. Because even when I was like driving home from work today, I was listening to the So Much for Stardust album, and I literally there's so much that resonates too, is like Heaven, Iowa is a good song too. And I kind of like try to like compare it to a lot of the characters and whatnot. So
Oh, so they showed Abel that early in the series? Like he's already in like episode 1 or 2?
yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like more of a big reveal character.
Uh, I mean, he if you haven't seen the last episode of the first season, he yeah, it's I mean, I could pop it on afterwards. I don't mind missing out a little bit of On Patrol Live, but it's
I'm down.
I've been learning like I stopped reading the Bible for a bit, but I've been learning more about biblical people in Has Been Hotel than
Mhm.
anything else. So I'm just like,
Right? Isn't
huh.
that funny?
And the funny thing about Abel too is, how people actually mentioned why his halo is, crooked a little bit.
And I think I know the reference too, if I remember my mythology correctly. But I'm
What
looking
is
forward to
it?
seeing
What is it?
because of his brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yep, it's nice, honestly. It's refreshing. There's a lot of Easter eggs, there's a lot of funny moments, there's a lot of history of characters, but I'm really excited for Abel. I'm like, this is one of the I haven't seen a lot of acting roles from Patrick, honestly. I know he's like a goofball, especially when he's friends with Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco. They
Mhm.
have a whole history of them. I'm wanting other people from Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy to actually get little cameos and stuff like that, but who knows? I mean, Pete Wentz is diabolical to say the least, but uh, if you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime,
Mhm.
and they have the first 2 episodes. Next week, they're probably gonna drop another 2. There's 1 episode that's gonna be 18 plus, so I'm
Oh
wondering what's
dang.
yeah, because usually it's 16 plus or whatever, but there's gonna, I guess, be something really, really saucy.
Hmm. I was already excited, so now I'm really excited.
I mean, I saw a little bit of it with me, so
Ye-
as you can hear the "ye"
Yeah.
that,
I'm not
He's
excited, honest.
Mhm. Not at all.
No,
I
I
look
don't like the
more
show at all.
forward to that than, like, potentially the Jays winning the World Series. And don't forget, we have on Prime, we're getting, Fallout coming out soon too.
Oh, that's right. The second season's coming on, isn't it?
I think this was it December 17th?
Yeah, I hear the show has a lot less bugs than the actual game. So how's that turning out?
The first season was
Uh,
amazing. I love the
So a
first
little
season.
update on the World Series there, since you brought it up. It is currently top of the fourth inning, 3-1 Jays so far. Or sorry, the bottom of the fourth, 3-1 Jays so far.
So you're saying that there's a chance.
There is a chance. There is a chance.
Well,
Oh, don't choke, jeez. Don't choke.
Well,
Come
actually, I
on.
saw something really funny this year to go completely off the rails and not video games. Major League Baseball was trying to say that their umpires are hitting around like 90% accuracy in all their calls. That's what a lot of people say. There's a few websites that track accuracy, but a lot of broadcasters actually show the batter's box around home plate, and they I know they're offset by a few inches because the cameras are offset, but they compensate for that. And some of these calls this year, like I think the average for major league umpires this year, the actual average was around like 82% or so, which is really bad considering that these games, like these people are supposed to be the best of the best when it comes to umpiring and getting that sort of shit right. But when they're
Mhm.
around 80%, like that costs games. And several games this year were decided by bad calls.
I knew it was getting bad because I see it. I don't know why, but I get like videos of them on TikTok and whatnot. And
Mhm.
I was watching the pitch, and it was like it couldn't have been any better in the strike zone. Like it was like
Oh,
right,
belt high down the middle. I think I saw that one you're talking about.
and the pitcher was walking off because it was supposed to be strike three,
Yeah.
and froze because he didn't hear anything. Looked back, and the umpire called a ball, and they were like, "What the
Yep.
hell?"
Yeah, like even the batter was confused on that one because the batter thought he was called out, like it
He
was
was
going to be called
done.
third strike, and nope.
Hey, Amy,
Yes, my love.
check what I sent you.
Or no, wait, old Simpsons clip. Sorry, I thought I read that as Clippy, and I was very excited for half a
Clippy.
second.
Clippy.
For those of you who use MS Teams, you should know that there is a 50th anniversary Clippy out there.
No.
Yep.
oh, I can't wait to purge all MS out of my life. Jesus Christ, fucking Clippy.
Mm.
I
Okay.
love Clippy because of that visceral reaction. That reaction right there is why I love it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Clippy other than the fact of like they've tried to like ham fist that fucking character. Like for
Oh yeah.
most of since his inception, it's like, hey, he's your new buddy. You should totally use him. And everybody's like, I hate this motherfucker in the lower right hand of my screen. He needs to shut the fuck up. And I mean,
Do you remember there was a reg hack to get rid of him?
there was a
And
reg
that was
hack.
one of the first things. Yeah, so there was a reg hack you could do. So most IT people I knew at the time when he was really prevalent would image a computer, turn on the machine, go through the out of box experience, log into the domain, whatever, immediately open up regedit and go to the registry key and change the value from 1 to 0 to turn them off.
Oh, by the
That's
way,
hilarious.
Yep.
do not look up Blue Jays on X because if your safe search is not on, oh boy.
Oh, then I have to look at this now.
Oh
So that's acceptable. And the
no.
other thing I said
You-
wasn't. I'm not happy with this outcome, I mean.
Wait, what was that? I missed that.
That was good.
It was a Pain Olympics reference. But speaking of pain, let's go into our
Oh,
round
no.
table. All right.
Oh no.
Raina, tell us what's going on with you and how you're dealing with it.
Well, I'm seeing how I'm going to survive these next 49 days.
Hmm.
That's a specific number.
Yes.
Yes, because that's when she lands at home.
Yes.
Oh, yay!
I'm flying the nest to get to the other nest on the other
That's
side of the
Yes.
world.
Yay! Holla.
Where you can actually
Love it.
see snow
Yeah,
and
I
be
can
terrified.
say, and like with this Blue Jays game, I can say touchdown.
Hey, so speaking of Twitter, if you go
Uh-oh.
to settings, privacy and safety, and then on the right hand side, look down, there's a thing that says Grok and third party collaborators. I just, for shits and giggles, went in there because I thought I had disabled everything, but apparently there was no option that says allow Grok to remember your conversation history. It was turned on. I don't know if
Ooh.
that's a new thing, but I turned that shit off. I hate that.
I don't remember
I'm
the
trying to
last
make
time I
sure
actually
my
logged into Twitter.
yeah.
As long as AI continues to be a buzzword fest, you're going to find like, oh, no, we're introducing this new feature, but you have to opt out of it. Not like if you want to turn it on, this is how you turn it on. That's how you get usage without people knowing.
I hate it.
Yep. I mean, it's almost the same way as like, here's something very specific, stating that Teams is already being used by hundreds of thousands of users already, when the company that created it has about 100,000 employees and contractors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not wrong.
So,
But that's the best part. Technically they're correct. The
Yep.
best kind of correct.
that's right. 'Cause, oh wow! Obviously, this is going off fast. It's only been released for like 3 days. Anyway, so yeah, that's cool. You're gonna go to Canada and have a good time. Amy, what do you got to say on that end?
I got yawn first. Apparently, no, I'm really excited.
Good
We got a
stuff.
bunch of stuff I want to get done. Bunch of places we want to see. So that's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, that reminds me. Is there a timeline for the actual final like fuck Florida? I'm Canadian now.
Still waiting
Soon
on
trademark.
one little bit of information from a certain third party, but other than that,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Soon trademark.
Cool. That's the best kind of
Hashtag.
soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. This brings us to Cajun. What's going on in the bayou?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I have been grinding on this damn game so I can get to the actual fun part for me, which is hunting down the sparkles. I am literally 19 battles away able to do that, and it's grinding my gears. So I'm probably gonna be grinding those out while I watch On Patrol Live with my friends here. Um, but next week, on the days that I'm able to stream, I am definitely gonna be doing some shiny hunting. It's back, baby. We back.
Hell
'Cause
yeah, buddy.
I enjoyed the story, but I have come to realize I am not a story based gamer. I don't like playing story online. I have my own
B B B B
reactions.
B B B B B B B
Yeah.
B.
hmm So I like the post game and doing all the fun, hard stuff, including the shiny hunting. So now that I'm in my element, we're gonna have some fun. And I have a couple of collabs coming up
Ooh,
with Echo.
Oh, good.
nice.
We're doing a world run on the 15th. We've got our own little island, and we're doing our best to get ready for the winter update coming up in December.
For which game?
So we got that going on. Power World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Power World got a small update with a little thing going on in December, and then their 1.0 actual full release comes out next year,
That's
early next year.
exciting.
Yeah, cannot wait. Like we're big fans of the game. I think we got Ferretsu playing with us too, so she's learning how to play the game, which was hilarious. Had to go
Sh-
save her a couple times.
Yeah, she's been quiet for a long time. I'm glad to see she's still alive.
Oh yeah, she's getting.
Haven't talked to you in a while. It's a good thing you're alive still. Jesus, that's dark.
Well, no,
Holy shit.
every stream she showed up on through Ordinary Nights, or even just when Cajun's just doing solo Cajun nights, right? She's just a riot. So
hmm But she's hilarious. Like if we were actually streaming it, but the Epic Store and the servers like shit the bed. So we were disconnecting from my server every 15 minutes. So we had to call it. But for the team we got to play, the banter was amazing, and it was so much fun. So we got that going on the 15th, and I think the week after that on the 22nd, or is it the week of Thanksgiving? One of those 2 weeks, we're having just a full blown just adult alcohol stream with a couple of other people, and we're just going to play a whole bunch of party games while we get imbibed. So it's going to be fun. We got a fun little end of the year collab streams going on. I'm looking forward to them.
very nice, good stuff.
What about you, Lumi? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's taking time for me, trying to get back to my own skin. So
Mhm.
doing all right. Been playing video games, trying out some of the more retro stuff. Been playing Tales of Majal. Apparently, that game has been out since like early 2000s. And think like Dwarf Fortress level, except it's like RPG, all procedurally generated, and it's based on Rogue. So there's even a rogue mode. So you get one life. That's it.
I like
So
that.
all the quests seem to be procedurally generated, so you don't know where you're starting. You get a set of tasks as you go along, and there is an endpoint. It's just how you get there, and it's about the journey. And there's like 34 different classes, so I'm just like, oh, and I have to unlock them. Say no more. Let's do this.
Say less. That bro, you are preaching to the choir.
The graphics,
that kind of stuff, that gets my fire lit, bruv.
Yep. I mean, it's not visually pretty, but for 2000s, it was great because that was like StarCraft graphics. So it's just like, okay, let's just roll with it. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been playing it over on Cosmo's server for a little bit, along with Outer Worlds 2 and some stuff. I still have my backlog of satisfactory crap that I need to do because I don't.
I'll eventually get back there.
Well, no, it's just like, okay, all right, I'm at the point where I have to get to the next tier of bullshit. And how am I going to do that? Well, I need to transport all the resources in the region into one place to produce the things I need to get to the next place so I can start playing with trains. And I'll get in, I'll start setting stuff up, and I'm like, I'm good for the day. I've accomplished something. Then I just haven't come back. So, but yeah, no, that's what's going on with Lumi. Just doing things, writing stuff in Python, playing video games, living my best life, reconnect with the kids, harassing my dog. Where's my dog? Hello, dog.
Ears.
Ears, yes. So, yeah, that's it. So, with that being said,
109 in the books.
Yep, 109, totally done. Come in next week or the week after, depending on what's going on, because we are approaching the holidays, so we are going to go on hiatus for a few months. So that way, wait, when are you heading out, Crit? Well, how many weeks?
I'm 49 days, so a couple more weeks to go.
Okay, so like somewhere first week December?
Not first week December, more towards the end of the week, end of the month.
We normally stop around like the week before Thanksgiving, not the week of Thanksgiving here in the U.S. So I think Canadian Thanksgiving's much earlier, if I remember correctly. Isn't that right? I mean,
yeah, it was in October.
Can I also make a reminder statement?
Yes.
Don't forget to set your clocks back tonight. Get your extra hour of sleep.
Oh, is that tonight?
An extra hour of gaming tonight.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, it's not really 3 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock. Yeah.
That's it.
Smart
It's only
people, I'm getting an
7:30,
extra hour of sleep. Gamers, that's an extra hour of gaming.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's more wear and tear on the controller.
That's one more hour of playing World of Warcraft before reset.
Hell yeah.
That's all right.
All right.
So,
I think I miscalculated this spot that I'm in.
Yeah, you've been high centering and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So,
But I got out of most of my high centerings.
You did.
That's why I cheered at one point.
It was impressive. Let's see here. How many peoples do we have? We got some peoples. Let's see. Where are we going to go?
Shit.
Oh, we got to do our outro. All right. Cajun, Crit, lead us out.
Okay. So don't be a
dick.
There you go.